First of all, Happy New Year, everyone. As you know, that life is a journey, and we have different journeys in life. A physical journey, for example, when you travel from your house to the Newman Center for Sunday Mass. An educational journey, we journey from high school to college. An emotional journey, we journey from single life to married life. Today, we hear a journey that encompasses all aspects of our life. The journey of the Magi to search for Jesus. Their journey can be divided into three phases: the star, the Bible, and Jesus. So the star. Today's gospel, St. Matthew begins the story. When Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of King Herod, behold, Magi from the east arrived in Jerusalem. Who are the Magi? When we think of the Magi, most of us think about the song, "We Three Kings." You know that song, right? We just sang, "Of Orient and Nor. Bearing gifts we travel afar, field and domain, moor and mountain, following yonder star." But most biblical scholars, however, would describe the Magi as Persian priests, astrologers, who dedicate their lives to study and interpret the stars. They're educated and wise people. Are they poor or rich? Most likely, they're pretty wealthy. How do we know that? Because they brought gold, frankincense, and myrrh to offer them to Jesus. Educated and wealthy, yet they left their home country to set for a journey that's not comfortable and perhaps even dangerous. To set for a journey that's not comfortable and can be dangerous. Why? What drives them to set on a journey and follow the star? Because of one reason. They want to search for the newborn king of the Jews. They must have a strong desire and conviction that this newborn king is the only one who can answer their desires and their hunger for marches, the Latin word for more, beyond their wealth and education. So the second phase of their journey is the Bible. As they were traveling on a journey, and suddenly the star disappeared. So what did they do? Take out their smartphone? Imagine you travel from U.S. to the Holy Land 2,000 years ago. What would you do? You probably ask the native people, right? But the ordinary people, most of them, they do not know. So they just assume the king is the one who's the most knowledgeable about his home country. So they asked the king. But the king did not know either. He had to ask the chief priests and the scribes. Where did the chief priests and the scribes find the answer? The Bible, right? The Bible. God reveals the location of the Son's birth in the Bible. As they said, in Bethlehem of Judea. So after the Magi find out the answers, they continue their search. And the star appeared again. As St. Matthew describes, and behold, the star that they had been seen at its rising preceded them, until it came and stopped over the place where the child was. And they was overjoyed at seeing the star, and entering the house, they saw the child with Mary, his mother. They found baby Jesus, the one they have been searching for, the one they hope can answer their hunger and desires for marches, the more. The one they hope can bring peace. The one is the ruler, different ruler that they were been searching for, can bring peace to the world. The journey of the Magi is also our journey. The journey of Magi is also our faith journey. which can include the three phases, the star, the Bible, and Jesus. And these three phases are ultimately God's revelation. None of us know God until God reveals. Like human relationships, we don't know anything about our friends or our spouse or anyone unless they reveal themselves to us. God revealed to you and me through the stars and the universe, the nature. When you and I look up at the sky, we see millions of the stars. How many stars are there in the universe? I have no idea. So I have to look it up. According to the National Geographic, there are building blocks of galaxies, of which there are billions in the universe. It's impossible to know how many stars are there. But astronomers estimate that in our Milky Way galaxy alone, there are about 300 billion. Imagine that. So when you and I look at the universe and the stars, we cannot help to ask a question. Who created the universe? It's so beautiful. If you and I have a chance to study the universe, we can see not only the beauty, but also the order of the universe. If the sun gets closer to us just a little bit, we get burned. If the sun gets further from the earth just a little bit, we freeze to death. Who created the universe? Some scientists say Big Bang. And some Christian scientists say God created the universe. Perhaps God created the Big Bang. Our faith journey, however, does not end at the fact that God exists. We want to know who God is and why God created you and me. Does God really care for you and me? If God is so wonderful and caring, why there's so much suffering in the world? And where do we go after death? These are big questions in life that all human person have to ask at some point. Some of us ask this question and then give up. And some of us ask and go on to search for answers. Where can we find the answer for these big questions? The Bible. You said it right. The Bible is the revelation of God. The Bible is the revelation of God. In the Bible, God reveals who God is and who we are. Because we are created in the image and likeness of God. When we know who God is, we know who we are. In the Bible, we'll find the ultimate answers. Jesus. Jesus is our ultimate answer and our destination. Jesus is the fullest revelation of God. If you want to know who God is, Jesus. God become one of us, and his name is Jesus. Jesus reveals who God is and why God created the universe, including you and me. And when we know who God is, we know who we are. There we have it. So today we celebrate the Feast of Epiphany, God's revelation. God reveals to us through the stars, the Bible, and Jesus. The question here is whether we want to go on a journey to search and encounter Jesus. In today's gospel, we see three different persons responding to Jesus' birth. The chief priest, the Magi, and the king. Their responses are also our responses. First, the chief priest knew where to find Jesus, but they did not go find Jesus. Are we like the chief priest? We know the Bible, but we don't go find and encounter Jesus. Second, the Magi. The Magi left their home country to go on a long and challenging journey with one purpose, to find Jesus. They found Jesus and worshiped him. Are we like the Magi? encounter Jesus. What about King Herod? Did King Herod want to search for Jesus? You bet. He wanted to search for Jesus, but not to worship him, but to kill him. Why? Because he saw Jesus as a threat to his reign and power. He wanted to kill all children 2 years old and under to make sure that Jesus is out of his life. Are we like King Herod? We want to get rid of Jesus out of our lives. I don't know about you, but I see myself in all three: the chief priest, the Magi, and King Herod. As we begin a new year 2020, may you and I strive to become like the Magi, searching for Jesus in our daily lives. And let our church say amen.